Hi there and welcome back to this week's trade recap, and we are back in the red. And this week I took two trades and I will just go right ahead and show them to you. Right in the beginning of the week we were inside a strange range because we did have the new week opening gap for us to fill, but we also were quite bullish because we are near all-time highs, and here we inversed this with a lot of momentum to the downside, so this wasn't quite clear. But if we go here on the 15-minute, we understand that we are still delivering from this, and here on Wednesday I thought that because we are still holding this hourly to the upside, I thought to myself that we should at least retest this 15-minute BPR above us, so my draw 1 liquidity would be this high. And if we zoom here on the 1 minute, we see that we inverse this with a V-shaped recovery, so to me this is a market maker buy model till this high, and as you can see it quite was. But the problem here is that the trade that I took was this 1 minute inversion to the upside, which ended up failing. If we go on a 3 minute, we see, which is something that I failed to understand at the time, that we had this fair value gap holding us down, and we had delivery from this busy to the upside. So usually on this type of things, and because I didn't have that much confidence on this because of the range that we were, usually here we wait for one of these highs or low to get swept, and then we take a trade to the other side. But that's not what I did. Here I looked at this 1 minute and I thought to myself that because we were holding this, we would go higher till this and I would be done before market open. But that's not what happened. In this type of trades, I shouldn't even be trading at this time because we did have Trump speaking at the G7 meeting, and we had FOMC at the end of the day. So in this type of days, we shouldn't even be trading at this time. I should at least wait for Trump to speak and then start trading, or even better, wait for FOMC because this is such a strange day and then start trading. But here I didn't wait. I committed the mistake of trading before Trump speaking and I lost. Here, the thing here that it's interesting is that we did get the setup that I talked about. We did sweep this, kept respecting this 3 minutes and this 1 minute, and inversed this to the upside, giving us the win that I wanted. But I wasn't looking at the market because I understood that, okay, I already committed the mistake of trading before Trump spoke, so I will not keep trading. I will wait for Trump to speak to keep trading, and I will wait for FOMC to start trading late on the day. But I ended up committing this mistake. After it, we had some bad trades in my opinion. On FOMC, we didn't have anything because we had conflicting draws with this engineered liquidity above and the new week opening gap, so I didn't trade anything more, and that was the loss that I took on Wednesday. Now going into Thursday, in my opinion, this is one of the easiest draw on liquidities and buyers that we could have. Here we filled the new week opening gap, which was one of the conflicting draws, so the draw on liquidity that is left is this highs, and here we have trendline liquidity, we have V-shaped to the upside, so this is a really clear market maker buy model till this high. So something that I have been talking a lot here, I talk about this almost every week, is that when we get a trade above the trend line liquidity, it is almost always a plus. And here on a 15-minute, we swept this low we were delivering from this 1 hour busy, and we inversed this 15-minute with a lot of momentum to the upside. So this could be a long that we would take. I usually don't trade on the 15-minute, but this was a really good trade for us to try. But I didn't saw that at the time. What I did see was this 2 minute to the upside, which I didn't take, but this was quite perfect. At the time, I understood that we already took these highs, so I wanted us to take some liquidity below for us to induce longs. And I wanted this low to take this one and then get an inversion to the upside. But here we didn't need that because we already had an SMT here on ES. So this low had a clear SMT and this didn't need it for us to sweep this on NQ. At the time, I wasn't looking at TS, so I didn't understood that we did have an SMT, but this should be the trade that I should take on Thursday. Right after it, we did get a 1 minute that I saw a lot of people taking, which is 1 minute short, but the delivery here is quite strange. We are delivering out of the 4 hour, that's the only delivery that we have, and it's a 4 hour to the 1 minute, and in my opinion, usually that it's quite zoomed in. So when we inverse this, I thought to myself that this is zoomed in, so I won't take it. And also, we didn't have the best liquidity below. We don't have any engineered liquidity. The only thing that looks quite alright are these lows where we had the SMT. But once again, I probably should have taken this trade. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Because if we go to the 1 hour, we don't have a good liquidity above. We have better liquidity below us. So usually the market moves to the place where we have more liquidity, and because there's more liquidity below than what we have above, the market will probably go down, so this would be a great trade for us to take. Even better, this was a manipulation right at open and an inversion right at open with a lot of momentum, so this is a trade that tends to work out, but because of the things that I said, I didn't take it. But because we have more liquidity below than above, this should be a trade that I take. I ended up taking a 30-second short right after those ones because here we have a lot of momentum and we were holding the rejection block. Something that we have been talking about a lot are the rejection blocks. And here, when we swept this high and created the 1 minute short that I just talked about, we also left this rejection block, and here we have the CE of the rejection block. And usually when we want to take the high, we want to see us go above the CE and hold there. Here that's not what happened. We kept holding the CE of the rejection block. So I thought to myself that this could be a trade to take because the market could hold the CE and go lower, and here we had already engineered more liquidity. So when we inverted this 30-second down with these two big momentum candles, I took this trade and my break even was just a quick break even here till the 5 minutes. So if we go here on the 30-second, we see that I got break even really quickly in almost 5 seconds, and it really saved me because the market just kept going higher. And that's okay, but the trades that I should have taken were previously, this wasn't the best trade for me to take. I should have taken the other ones. These were the trades that I took this week, just one loss and one break even. This was a week to protect capital because we have bank holiday today on Friday and we had nothing on Monday. Tuesday wasn't the best. We had Trump speaking, FOMC, and this wasn't just the best week for us to trade, but at least we learned something. My execution wasn't the best, but my bias is still quite right, so I know we will get there. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to watch more. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.